Hey, what's up guys? Fear here with another video. Today is going to be a Steve gameplay, but before we get into that, I just wanted to show you guys my new community. It's called the Dojo. Cloud Surfer and I started this clan in game yesterday, and it's going to be an awesome little community hangout for everybody, not just clan members. There's a lot of awesome people here. Everyone's welcome to join. The invite to this community is right here on the screen. I will also leave a link in the description below. And yeah, feel free to come in. Feel free to join the dojo. All right, hopping into this first game here. I do run Coffee on Steve. For a while, I debated if Jungle Shoes was better than Coffee, but ultimately concluded that Jungle Shoes is a little less useful on Steve than other characters because of his active ability, which allows him to fly around. You can fly through bushes, fly into buildings, fly through houses, and because of his slow movement speed initially and short range, I figured that Coffee was ultimately the better choice. So Legendary Guard up here, gonna head up there. There is a Larry here. Steve is pretty good against Larry's, one of the better characters, I think. One of the only characters he's very, very good at really shredding and taking out. As his passive reveals them, he can get on top of them fairly easily. Larry just doesn't do well against Steve. But that said, Steve is countered by mostly everything else. As you see with that Larry right there, we had no issue, got on top of him, and our bow took care of him pretty quickly. Steve's bow is very unique. It is ultra rapid fire. This is different in comparison to the bow of like Duke, like Larry, in that it shoots probably 3 times faster, which means that if you can land all your shots, you can absolutely shred people before they have a chance to react. This means guards as well, and I think that's a very, very cool change, and also makes Nitro bow pretty necessary on Steve, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that as a playstyle preference. I genuinely believe Nitro bow is mandatory on Steve because of how his bow works. I was looking for the Legendary Guard and I couldn't find it. Somebody must have picked up the weapon, just distracted, I guess, talking, didn't see what happened. I thought it was way back there, but we'll hunt down whoever has the weapon. It's all good. A couple people fighting over here. See what we can do with our bow. Nyx is in a pickle here, and he's gonna dash forward. So we flew ahead a little bit because of that prediction. With Steve, oh, there's a Legendary. With Steve, you generally wanna try and go where your enemy is heading towards and not try and land where they are. These two Larrys both trying to pull the shotgun. Barricade is stopping them. Pretty helpful there. That barricade that I placed was for the Duke. It was a preemptive placement in case he had another health kit, and just a pre-fire basically in case he was going to go for a stun, as barricades do block the Duke stun, but ended up being very helpful. We are going to get stunned by that Duke. Not a lot you can do when you run into Duke in the bushes. If I could have reacted quicker, I could have flown up. And if you can get your active off on Steve as Duke is stunning you, even if you get stunned, you'll fly up into the air and you'll be stunned and you won't be able to move around, but you'll be in the air, so you're not taking any damage. All right, second game, heading into it. We're gonna talk about early, mid, and late. Steve has a very loot-oriented early game in that it's very, very important you find a high-quality bow, as his spear and shotgun are used less frequently. His bow is really his main source of damage, and his active, if you can consistently land it. Good opponents will definitely be able to avoid most of his active usage, but that said, if your bow has a Nitro modifier and you have a good quality bow, you can do enough to where Steve is bearable. I definitely think he needs a buff in some ways because of his spear and shotgun range being so weak and how hard it is to hit people with it. You know, like right there, I didn't even go for a spear shotgun against that Nyx. He would have just been out of range too quickly, so we just go straight to the bow. Another Nyx here, he's gonna dash forward, we're gonna fly right past him, right to him, get that bow, both of his health kits gone. Bruce coming in. Kind of heading towards the mid game now, and mid game you kind of want to just scout around, take fights you know you can win. Make sure you use your active wisely, as it is the longest cooldown active in the game at 11.4 seconds. Many other cooldowns tied for second at 10 seconds, and some refundable, like Shelly, Larry, Pepper. Those cooldowns are refundable. Bruce here. Steve is pretty good against Bruce's. He has a free spear shot, free shotgun, and his bow absolutely shreds. Plus the active, you can almost always land on a Bruce. But that said, Steve is still low HP, so you gotta be aware. And Buck's a little harder to deal with. A lot of them run jungle shoes. You can get shredded by Bucks if they get on top of you or you get on top of them at the wrong time. They can absolutely shred you with their active ability. This Buck here just has a 6th level disadvantage, and you can still see he's able to do some work, but we do take him down. Nyx isn't gonna let me have this spear here, though I believe he wants the health kit more than anything, so we'll just block him off from that. And we'll skip out on the spear. We'll fire our bow in prediction of a dash. We do connect 3 people here. 2 Bruces, gotta get out of there. Don't want to get comboed very quickly. Good timing there with the Nyx, and we'll take this Bruce out now. Gotta be aware of that Duke. Level 13 Duke is very scary, even for a level 16 Steve. Late game, the unique thing about Steve is you can kind of just fly around. You know, you can kind of just fly around. You don't need to necessarily engage everybody you see. This Duke blue is stunned, so we're gonna go in right now. You can kind of just take your fights wisely, and yeah. All right, as usual, heading into this 3rd game, we'll do some shoutouts, Q&A, all that good stuff. Shout out to Rosa Blea, Shelly, Max, Level, Super C with a bunch of emojis. Yes, not exactly 100% sure what that means, but thank you for the support. It's a positive comment overall. I'm gonna start in the Igloo, Legendary Guard right here. Gotta be aware of this Larry in here, trying to steal all the loot. Shout out to Hugis, what is the best way to gain trophies by not using trophies? I guess what you're saying is coffee doing work there. Okay, so you see the stun. I am stunned, but I was in the air, so we completely negate taking any damage, which is very helpful. We'll have to disengage from over there though and go loot up over here. Don't want to dive to the Duke, whose stun will be up. And we need to find some health kits now. There is the shotgun, we'll try and get that. Legendary. Shout out to Fan TV33, you are a really good player. I am nothing in front of you. Hey man, don't say that. I mean, even at level 16, I can still die. I've died many times by getting outplayed by fuzzies with their slow. Smart fuzzies, smart Dukes. Duke can do a lot of damage. He's very strong right now. If you're not careful and you let a Duke get on top of you, it could be very bad. Shout out to Alan Hamed. Shout out to MLG, P1G, Victor Mateos, Saliba Gaming. Says, Shelly is the best overall. I have a total of about 114 wins, and half of them, if not more, are with Shelly. I'm not sure that I can just accurately say any character is the best overall. The game is pretty balanced, barring Steve, Louie, and Ollie. Ollie being extremely weak compared to everybody else, definitely needs some sort of buff. I mean, at this point in the game's meta, his weapons being his form of mobility, having to use those weapons is absolutely outrageous. But that'll get fixed eventually, I think. At some point, he'll just be so weak with all these new changes and whatnot that they'll be forced to buff him. Shout out to Z Tevil Boy, Hypertonio. I hate Shelly. No offense. Great video. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thank you. Shout out to Miguel Iglesias. Which character would you rather pick, Steve, Lizzie, or Shelly? That's a tough one. Well, not Steve, if I had to choose, but probably I'd probably go with Lizzie, but like it's super close. Like both of them, both Shelly and Lizzie, very strong, very fun to play. Enjoy both. So you see we barreled that bow shot there. A lot of people just put their barrel on right away when they pick it up. I like to save it, use it for the shot specifically that I want to dodge, because a barrel blocks one attack. Although you can still get stunned and slowed through a barrel. I don't agree with that being how the game works, but right now that is how it works. Shout out to Best Pringle. Can't wait for that Steve video. Here, he's my main. Well, here it is, buddy. Here it is. Last guy here. One thing I really don't understand is why people flag. They flag saying they're surrendering, but then they continue running away. They continue running away, continue fighting. Okay, well, this guy's just running into the fire. But if you're gonna flag, you know, just let me kill you. Like, why run away? Just stand there and die. Just let them kill you. Why drag the game out for no reason if you know you're gonna lose, or have an idea, you don't want to fight at all, you know, whatever. All right, a couple more shout outs. Shout out to Fixel. What? That Shelly transformed into Larry. Yeah, he was probably loading in still, so the game gave him a bot until he loaded in. Shout out to Vilads, Victor Mateos again. Miguel Iglesias says, I will be supporting you every day. I love your videos and keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Shout out to Nat297. Hey, great videos. They have definitely helped me be a better player. Also, your Bomb Fiesta comment had me dying. Yeah, I like to throw in a little bit of funny commentary every now and then. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. And that concludes our gameplay series. From this point forward, it'll be random gameplays. Might just do some mixed solos, like we'll do random characters. We'll do Fuzzy, Lizzie, you know, do builds that you guys want to see. You know, leave a comment. Do you want to see any specific builds on anything? I know Outcast a while ago wanted a Need for Speed Fuzzy build, Jungle Shoes Coffee. Can definitely get that in at some point. I'll do some duos, some duo gameplay commentary. Duos is definitely a very different game than solos. Different strategies for sure. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep growing this channel, keep doing things, keep putting out the content, helping you guys learn the tips and tricks that I know, and having a good time. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means so much. Hope you've enjoyed this gameplay series. Hope you've learned a lot, and happy hunting.